Imagine a life with your dog that's just easy. You can take them anywhere. You're at the beach. Your dogs just hang out with you. Watch the world go by. Well, this is our reality. And it's made possible by implementing the FOR framework that we've been talking about over the last week or so. It's pretty awesome, not gonna lie. So what is Relationship Remedy? It's an online live course, okay? So it's got an online format, which means all the course material is available to you. It's offered 4 times a year, so we have a winter, spring, summer, and fall session. And it's got guided instructions with me. And it's not just guided instructions, but I actually take the course with you. And every single time I take the course, I do it with a different dog. Okay? So that's like having me as your personal relationship coach for a whole year, right? Which is pretty awesome, I think. So let's break it down a little bit more. It's a 6 to 7 week program. And I'm going to explain why that is in a little bit, right? 4 times a year it's offered. It includes video lessons, lifetime access to that, and live weekly lessons in a Facebook group. There's PDFs and additional notes, which I update frequently. The private virtual classroom on Facebook is da bomb. I mean, it is probably the best place, and you'll quite often find me hanging out there. I've ghosted my other groups before just to hang out on this group because I love it so much, okay? Within the year, you get 24 interactive Zoom calls for Q&A, okay? That's 24 of them, which is pretty neat. And 1 free private session with me. And you can take that session anytime within the year. So if you're really struggling or you really want some one-on-one attention, I'm offering this free private session with me to help. We'll work together. We'll work out some stuff. Be awesome. Okay. And new this session, we've added a new membership, the Living Beyond Obedience membership site, where we're going to be discussing podcasts and books, and we're going to have monthly themes. So it's going to be membership inspired. So there could be, examples, sibling rivalry or resource guarding or the fearful dog. We can do a whole month just on the fearful dog, which is amazing. And you get 3 months of that for free to check it out to see whether or not you like it, which is pretty awesome. And then you'll get a discounted price if you're a Relationship Remedy alumni. So that's pretty awesome too. So here's some testimonials. This is from Key. She says, Relationship Remedy brings a whole new dimension to having a happy dog. Teaches you to ask, what's my dog saying, rather than do what I say. Out of the many online dog behavior workshops and sessions I've watched or participated in, I've learned so much more about my engagement with my dog. I would recommend the online version for those who can't physically go to our facility. And this is from Rachel. Rachel is actually over in Europe, and I actually have quite a few people over in Europe, which is so cool. That still blows my mind. Online, am I right? As an online participant from far away, I always had the feeling of being right in the middle of the course. I appreciated the written papers we were able to download so that I could have a look at the info even when I'm not online. Tracy always took the time to answer our questions in detail and with great insight. The live Q&A became my favorite live feed of the week. Mine too. Thank you, Tracy, for offering this great opportunity to get closer with the dogs. All right, so what's inside the program? You probably want to know what's inside the program. Well, week 1, we're going to talk about leadership and your current relationship, because we have to figure out where you are to know where you want to go, okay? We start with that. Then we do one of my favorite exercises. This is probably my favorite exercise, the Be With exercise. And when you first start this program, this becomes something that is observational, but it soon becomes something so much more. And this is why I love it. We also have a Be Quiet exercise, somewhat frustrating exercise if you're a person that likes to chat with your dog a lot. But this is all about the leadership scorecard, my friends. We're going to be talking a lot this week about your scorecard, figuring out where you're losing your points, okay? Week 2, we're going to be talking about energy, movement, and zones of the dog. This is how dogs communicate with each other. They use energy. They figure out where to move. And we're going to be talking about zones of the dog so you can really start to figure out how dogs communicate. You're going to learn to talk to your dog without relying on your leash. Straight up, you guys, our leash is our crutch. It really is our crutch. Our leash and our collars have become something we use to manipulate our conversation and not actually communicate with the dogs. And we're going to break that down, okay? We're going to do that with an exercise called Ask the Dog, right? This is a really fun exercise, and it will really demonstrate whether or not you've been using those tools as a crutch. Because this is all about your relevant scorecard, right? And we're going to talk about what you can do to up your scorecard. And then we're going to get into the 4 phases of physical touch for both movement and relaxation. And the idea and concept around here is to break down your actual physical touch. How often do you actually think about what type of pressure you're putting on your dog when you're touching them? Okay, we're going to break it down into 4 very distinct phases that I find it's easier for you to understand. And you will get a whole new concept on how you talk to your dog. Okay, week 3, we're going to add that leash. On-leash communication. We're going to take those 4 phases of pressure that we did the week before. We're going to add it to our leash pressure. So now we're really going to talk about the delicate, fine conversation of leash pressure. And I got all of this from working with horses, natural horsemanship. So there's also a horse demo within the program. We're going to talk about tools. How to pick the tool that's right for you. Now that you understand proper leash pressure, okay, you probably are going to reconsider tools now that you get how leash pressure works. We're going to talk about the dance, right? And how we introduce our tools and how we introduce those 4 phases, okay? And then week 4 is a big week. It's all about play drive, and overdrive, okay? This is about fulfillment, y'all. So we're going to talk about categories of toys. We're going to talk about how to play with your dog. Did you know that you could play with your dog wrong? Well, you can. And we're going to talk about that because we want to make sure you get those leadership scorecard points and those relevant scorecard points, okay? We're going to talk about nose work. I'm going to give you the detailed description on how to do the nose work for relationship. This is not like scent work that you may have done with your dogs. This is different. This is for your relationship. And then there's a tug demo on there. And again, this is all about fulfillment factor. And keep in mind, fulfillment factor, when done properly, it encompasses the whole framework that we've discussed. So it really is a massive relationship booster. Okay, week 5. Now this is where I say the program can be broken down into 6 or 7 weeks. And it's because of this big week here. In the past, I've had to break this up into 2 weeks because it includes pack dynamics, sociality, and the fearful dog. And as I say, we've broken this up before because this is a huge topic. We discussed what the word pack means to you and why it's villainized in today's society. How dogs communicate with each other and with you and with the family cat. All of those things. We talk about all of those things. And then we also talk about the fearful dog and how it's a cycle, right? It's a cycle. It's a pattern and what you can do to break that pattern. You cannot obedience your dog out of fear, okay? And we're going to talk about that. We also talk about the layered stress, right? Why it is that there's no such thing as it came out of nowhere. And you're going to learn how to see how dogs layer stress on and what pushes them over threshold and seemingly out of nowhere explosions and how you can catch them before that happens. And then we're going to be talking possessions, levels, canine conversations. And I have some really cool videos to share with that. This is all very imperative if you have a multi-dog household. There are conversations going on between your dogs, and I'm going to show you how you can be involved in those conversations. Okay, week 6 then is your new relationship, right? We're going to recap everything. We're going to talk about how we blend this all into just living with your dogs. That these aren't exercises that you're going to schedule or do. You're just going to blend them into your life. You're just going to do them naturally so it's effortless, okay? So we put it all together in week 6. But it's not over. It's not over, right? Because you can take this course again and then again and then again, right? You get to take it 4 times. And that's done intentionally, okay? The reason why the course is structured in this way is because it takes your dogs at least 1 year, right? 1 whole year. I always say your dogs need to experience 4 seasons with either a new you, a new environment, or whatever before they can actually settle in and be comfortable. So when you start doing this work, I want you to take all 4 seasons. Do this all 4 seasons so that your dog can really settle into this new lifestyle, okay? And each time you take this course, you will add new knowledge and insight. That's a guarantee. Every single time you take. That's why I take the course with you guys. Imagine how much insight I'm getting, right? So every single time we do this, we're going to get new insight because this is a journey that we're going to take together. We're going to take this journey together, you and I. And I'm really excited to get started, okay? So speaking of taking the course over and over again, this is Anda. And Anda was fortunate enough to be able to take this course before I moved, when I had my facility, and I was offering this where you could come and actually work with me for the course. So she got to take it then. And she wrote, "You have a great talent, Tracy, at transmitting ideas and making things come alive, along with your personableness and working with in the class with your own pack members. Not every teacher knows how to admit mistakes or has the strength to admit when something hasn't gone quite to plan. I sit in on the classes because, as you mentioned, I think on the Jace PDF. Every time I watch and listen, I gain a different insight. Comments by you might suddenly mean more. And then there's also the comments of new participants, which bring in a whole new perspective, or perhaps something that at the time reaches me in a different way. I may not be able to hold my own leadership level with Darva, but I do think that I've increased my relevance." Anna doesn't give herself enough credit. She's got pretty good leadership with Darva. But I wanted to make just a quick comment about that. It is true. What Anna's talking about is that I don't hold anything back in this course. I really don't. So for example, in the winter session, we actually had a dog fight. I had 2 of my dogs had a dog fight, and I brought it to the group and I told them what happened. And then I also told them all the steps that I was going to be taking to help rectify the situation. They got to be a part of that with me. I'm not perfect, right? I'm still learning. This is a lifelong journey. And what I love about this group is they are so supportive and helpful, and they get to go along. And learn from all my mistakes as well. Okay. So this is also from Catherine and Steve. In Relationship Remedy, class has been an amazing learning experience for us. We've done a lot of training and we've spent a lot of money in the past, and this course has been by far the best bang for your buck. In a short amount of time, we have progressed so much thanks to Relationship Remedy class. Thanks, Tracy. And that's Jackson over there. Jackson's quite the cool guy. This is from Dorothy. I think I've learned more about how to relate to my dogs than any other course/class I've taken. Actually, there is no comparison because all the other classes were about obedience or play. I enjoyed watching the changes in Bella as the weeks went on." That's from Dorothy. Okay, so let's recap what this is, okay? Because I'm sure you're all like, "Okay, that's great, Tracy, but what's it cost?" Right? So I'm just going to recap. It's a 6-7 week program, but you take it 4 times, right? Lessons, video lessons plus live lessons. Okay, you have access to the video, but I do each week, I do them live. Okay, PDFs and additional notes, virtual classroom on Facebook, supportive an amazing group of people, and they are amazing. 24 group Zoom calls for Q&A, and I put good stuff happens here. And the reason why I put that is because we will analyze. If you send me a video and you want it analyzed, I will analyze that video for you, and we get to slow-mo it and go through everything that's going on. It's been amazing. The Zoom calls have been amazing. Okay, 3 months free membership to the Living Beyond Obedience membership site. That's pretty awesome, right? That's a new thing. We're going to be starting that up with this session. It's going to be amazing, okay? And, of course, you get 1 free private session with me, right, that you can take anytime during the year. So you don't have to take it within the first time that you take this. You can take it anytime within the year. You know you're getting a puppy in a few months. I'd wait till you get the puppy, whatever it takes. So it's 1 year of coaching. 1 year of coaching with me by your side. So if you were to do this all separately, the total value of this would be over $3,300. That's how much is in this program, over $3,300, right? But now Relationship Remedy is only $997. And I was able to break it down that if you want to, a more affordable option, 12 payments of $97, right? So that's $100 a month, and you get a coach by your side helping you out with your dogs, which is pretty cool, okay? So who would benefit from Relationship Remedy? I know this isn't for everybody. This isn't for everybody, right? I know it's not for everybody, but if you have multiple dogs in your household, trust me when I say this course is for you if you have multiple dog household, okay? Because I am the queen of multiple dog households. I can decipher what's going on in your house and what's going on between your dogs pretty quickly. I've got lots of dogs. I quite frequently switch our packs around and introduce dogs all of the time. So multiple dog households, this is the place to be. If you have a fearful or unconfident dog, okay? If I had another expertise, it would be in the fearful or unconfident dogs. I love working with them. I've done a lot of work with them, and this is the place to be. And as I mentioned before, you cannot obedience emotion out of a dog. Okay, let me say that again. You cannot obedience emotion out of a dog. You don't need more obedience work if you have a fearful dog. You need relationship work, and this is where you will find great information. Okay, puppy owners, are you getting a puppy? Did you just get a puppy? Oh my gosh, imagine having a coach to, like on speed dial basically, to help you with all those puppy milestones and challenges, right? Honeymoon phase, puppy's great, you think it's awesome. Hits adolescence, you're pulling out your hair. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great to have a coach on hand? Coach on hand for that? Absolutely. Okay. Adopting a rescue dog. There are so many things that I can help you with if you are adopting a new dog and bringing it into your house. There are so many things that I routinely see done wrong when people bring in rescue dogs. Adopting a rescue dog is usually very, very emotionally charged thing. And because of that, we make so many mistakes. So, if you have a new dog, you're thinking of adopting a rescue dog, you're fostering for a rescue, Relationship Remedy, the place to be, I guarantee it, okay? This is a great addition, though, to any dog training or obedience class, right? I think it's like coffee and biscuits or whatever. What goes with coffee? Biscuits? Sure. Coffee and cream. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. The point is that this is a great addition to any dog training or obedience class because you can wow your friends with your awesome relationship. And I know this to be true because, as many of you know, my dogs don't have a lot of obedience. We do primarily relationship work. And I've gone to beginner agility and wowed my instructors because my dogs are just generally really connected to me. You don't need a lot of obedience. So if you're doing any training, this stuff here will up your game. Guaranteed. Okay? New dog owners. If you are new to getting a dog, I would say start here. Because you can always teach an old dog new tricks, right? Obedience you can teach at any age, but relationship, if you mess this up, you're going to struggle. And why would you want to struggle? Okay? And anyone interested in improving their knowledge and their understanding of their dog, this course is for you. Okay? This is Heather. Heather approached me saying that she was overwhelmed because, you know, she had this dog and it was kind of new to her and she didn't know what was going on. She came to the class. She said, I'm really enjoying every minute of my time in Relationship Remedy class. To have a young dog and have the opportunity to help him develop is exciting. You've sparked that in me. I'm so interested in the process. I can go on and on about it. Okay. So I just want to do, before I end this, I want to talk a little bit about the group, okay? I have to talk about the group of people. What's the deal with the group? Oh my gosh, they're amazingly supportive. They are so supportive. These are kind people that are all willing to help out, to give their advice. It's just amazing. They're like-minded, right? We're all like-minded. It's everyone sharing their experiences, and we help each other out, which is crazy bananas helpful. And then, of course, it really comes down to different experiences, different views, but we're all striving for the same common goal: be better for our dogs. And what is really cool is within the group, we got some awesome dog trainers. So they're going to provide a different level of experience, which is also amazing. And this is from Candace. She wrote, I just finished attending Tracy's Relationship Remedy class, and she definitely taught this old dog some new tricks. I love the exercises and how she was able to explain complex concepts in a manner that was easy for everyone to understand. Regardless of whether or not you are a professional dog trainer or a person passionate about their pup, you will definitely get a lot out of this course. I simply cannot recommend it highly enough. And then this is from Sver. He's actually a European trainer. He also took the course and he wrote, I can fully recommend this course and what Tracy has to offer you and your dog. It is presented in a different way than the traditional obedience training. Actually, it's not about obedience training. It's about leadership, relevance, and fulfillment for your dog. Presented in a very friendly, warm, humorous, and professional way. Lots to learn for dog owners who want a closer and fulfilling relationship with their dog. All right, so are you interested in this? If this is for you, if this is for your dog, and you want to join the next session, okay, it starts July 15th. That's when the class starts, okay? The cart will be open today, and it will close July 13th at midnight Eastern Standard Time, okay? And I want to point out that there is very limited space, okay? And we decided to do this on purpose because, as many of the class attendees will tell you, I do not hold back. I do everything that I can to help you out within this course, which means if you send me a 20-minute video, I'm going to watch your 20-minute video. If you want to talk about the 20-minute video in the Q&A, I will talk about it. My Q&As have been known to go on for over 2 hours if I really need to help somebody out. So I don't hold back in this course, and because of that, we can't have a lot of new people starting each session, because it will dilute my ability to give people the personal attention that I think that you all deserve. So there is very limited space, but I'm pretty excited about my new little course. So I've decided to give away, anyone that signs up before July 8th, you will receive my new online mini course, Living Beyond Obedience, The Essentials. You'll get that for free. That's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. It's just some essential stuff, the things you need to know to get started right away. You'll get that for free if you join Relationship Remedy before July 8th. That's pretty amazing. So if you're interested, you want to go to www.beyondobedience.ca/relationship-remedy. That's beyondobedience.ca/relationship-remedy. Okay, you're going to find more information there. But also, I'm available for Q&A. I'm going to be hopping on live to answer anybody's questions about Relationship Remedy. You can also message me at tracyfranken@gmail.com if you have any other questions, if you're not sure if this is the right fit for you. I want it to be the right fit, okay? So if you have any questions, please reach out to me and I will do my very best to answer them. All right, and then finally, I wanted to end with this quote from Tyler Muto. If you don't know who Tyler Muto is, he's the past president of the International Association of Canine Professionals. And I caught this interview on Cameron Thompson's Unleash Your Dog's Best. The original air date was May 4th, 2017. And Tyler commented the following: regardless of the situation you're in with your dog, whether things are going wonderfully or just got a new puppy or you're struggling, really take the time to consider your dog as an individual. Consider the things they love, the activities they enjoy. Consider their energy level, their exercise needs, and as much as possible, try to learn their language. Try to communicate in a way that makes sense to them rather than try to get them to fit into your world. I think if there's any one thing that can make the biggest difference for most people is to develop the ability to sort of transplant themselves into the mind of the dog and understand the way the world looks from the dog's perspective. If you can do that, things start to make a lot more sense. When you can relate to your dog's perspective, especially when it comes to things like fear and aggression and any kind of behavior issue that you're struggling with, it will not only help you to become more compassionate, the answers will appear almost directly before you. If you can learn to translate the dog's experience into a human experience, I think you will find a lot of clarity. But that doesn't happen by trying to teach the dog to be a human. It happens by trying to teach yourself how to experience the world from the dog's point of view. If you do nothing else, you can forget about teaching your dog commands. You can forget about everything else. Understand the dog's needs and learn how to see the world from the dog's point of view, and the average person will be far better off. And I couldn't agree more with Tyler. So there you have it. Relationship Remedy. It's opening now. The card is open now. It will be closing July 13th. The class starts July 15th. I really do hope to see you there. Take this journey with me. And for anybody that's watching this that's currently in Relationship Remedy and you're wondering, you're with bated breath, you're wondering, what dog is Tracy going to use this summer? I have decided to use my good friend Levi. So Levi is my very fearful feral guy. He's been with us for a few years, so he's come a long way, but I am going to be using Levi for the summer version of Relationship Remedy, which will be cool because I can take my fearful dog to busy beaches this summer, which will be fun. So Relationship Remedy, right? Go to beyondobedience.ca/relationship-remedy for more information, and I hope to see you in the class. Cheers.